Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Wednesday, August 10th, and this is the MLB DFS video for today. So in today's video, not going to be doing a recap since it's been quite a while since I did make my last MLB DFS video. I wasn't feeling pretty good for about a week or so. Ended up not making a video for a week and a half. I did end up testing positive for COVID. I just want to thank you guys that did reach out and that you guys were patient with me as I was continuing to get better. Feeling pretty good now, so back at it with some videos today. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at my core picks for today as well as my top GPP stacks. Once we get back to tomorrow's video, we'll be doing a little bit of a recap once again. But with that being said, we'll get started with the core picks for today. So I'm going to start off at the pitcher position. For me, it's kind of a pay up or a pay down day. So you're either paying up for like a Justin Verlander or you're paying down for a Noah Syndergaard or a Madison Bumgarner on today's slate overall. I will win Noah Syndergaard in this case. You could also go with Madison Bumgarner, who I just did mention as well. And Noah Syndergaard is $7,500, averaging about 25 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Miami Marlins today, who actually was one of his best strikeout games on the season. He had 8 strikeouts in about 5 innings against them before, and that was against a lineup that's probably not as talented as the lineup he's going to be facing today. So definitely does offer a ton of upside at a pay down price tag. Then we're going to go to our first baseman in Vladimir Guerrero Jr., $4,400, averaging about 11.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Baltimore Orioles and Dean Kramer today. He's 2 for 5 with 2 home runs versus Dean Kramer in his career, and Vladimir Guerrero is on a 20-game hitting streak, so pretty good chances that he at least gets one hit today and does offer a ton of upside overall. Then at second base, we're going to go with Gene Segura. $2,800, reasonable price tag for him. He's averaging just over 9.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Goes against the Miami Marlins and Sandy Alcantara today. Obviously the Marlins' best pitcher, but Segura has hit him pretty well in the past. He's 6 for 18 versus him, and he has multi-hit games in his last 2 games. So definitely do like the upside that he does present today. Then at third base, we're going to go with Austin Riley, a guy that unfortunately faded yesterday for my cheat sheet and most of my lineups. So $3,800, averaging about 12.5 fantasy points per game on the season. Coming off a very, very good game yesterday. Also goes against Nick Pivetta today, who he's 3 for 9 with 2 home runs against in his career. So definitely a ton of upside there as well. And then last but not least, we have Lourdes Gurriel Jr. at $2,900, averaging just under 9 fantasy points per game on the season. Also goes against the Baltimore Orioles and Dean Kramer today. Likely batting leadoff once again for this Toronto Blue Jays team. And he's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs versus Dean Kramer in his career. And Gurriel has had a hit in 11 of his last 13 games that he started. So definitely a good amount of upside there as well today as a little bit of safety. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players that do have listed here, you have $13,600 remaining. $3,400 remaining per player. So definitely some opportunities to pay up for some players if you want to do so, especially since we paid down a couple other spots. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely viable on today's slate as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to my top GPP stacks for today. So the ones that I do have in my cheat sheet for today are going to be the Toronto Blue Jays. Obviously, talked about Lourdes Gurriel and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. quite a bit, but a lot of these Blue Jays hitters have hit Dean Kramer pretty well in the past. Then we have the Atlanta Braves, who have hit Nick Pivetta very, very well in the past. You could even look at a guy like Marcell Ozuna, who's been scuffling, but he does have 3 career home runs versus Nick Pivetta. Kind of a boom-bust play there if you want to go there as well. Then we have the Houston Astros going against Glenn Otto, who's a very mediocre pitcher at best at this point in time in his young career. So the Astros lineup should be very favorable once again today. Definitely a stack that I do like going to. Then the Colorado Rockies going against Jose Quintana. They have quite a few hitters that have hit him pretty well in the past. Unfortunately, none of them quite made it into my cheat sheet, but if you want to go back to the Rockies, who had a very good game a day ago, you could definitely do that as well. And then if you want to throw the Dodgers in going against Sonny Gray, some of their hitters do have pretty good history versus him as well. But with that being said, these are my core 5 picks as well as top GPP stacks for today, August 10th. As always, if you have any questions related to MLB DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on today's slate, whether it's someone from my core 5 picks, whether it's someone from my top GPP stacks, or whether it's a completely different player you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing what you had to say. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, mainly MLB DFS at this point in time. But once we get back around to the NFL and NBA regular seasons, for the NFL. That will be happening pretty shortly. We'll be covering DFS for those two sports as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also be sure to hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily MLB DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.